Everyone, welcome to general session. Today is March 8th, 2022. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and it's being recorded. So for those of you calling in, please ensure that you have muted your phone line by pressing *6. Thank you. And then we are going to first get started with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
America,
to the republic
Republic,
for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
for all. Thank you. And today is International Women's Day, the 111th anniversary. So as many of you know, that International Women's Day was first celebrated in 1911, again, 111 years ago. It was founded as a day to celebrate women, raise awareness against bias, and take action for equality. So as a mother of twin girls, I take women's rights very personally. And as women, we strive every day to create a world that is more diverse, equitable, and inclusive. As we celebrate this year's theme, #BreakTheBias, I want to collectively wish everyone a happy and joyful International Women's Day. And so with that, we have our Women's History Month guest, which is Linda Logan. She is the former director of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. And this year is the 50th anniversary of Title IX.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
So happy to be here to celebrate on behalf of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. So proud to be here and thinking of all the women around the world today who are fighting for peace and opportunity, and can't help but think of everything that's happening around the world. But to bring it a little closer to home, we're celebrating, as Commissioner Crawley said, this is the 50th anniversary of Title IX. June 23rd is actually the date, but we have a year-long celebration for girls and women in sports here in Columbus. And the 37 words that make up Title IX don't really mention sports, but certainly kicked open the doors for girls and women all around the country, including myself. So I'm going to read the 37 words of Title IX. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Again, this was one of those remarkable legislations that really changed the course for girls and women in sports at the coaching level, at the participation level, and now we have seen the fruits of that 50 years and many generations now of very successful individuals. And I'd like to celebrate 3 that are from Franklin County. Just this past weekend, Reagan Ernst from Dublin became the all-around gymnastics winner in the state of Ohio. That's only happened 4 times in 50 years. So congratulations to Reagan for representing our area very well from across the state. Couldn't be any prouder of her. And that competition did take place here in our community. Just last week, Abby Steiner, also from Franklin County, recently broke the indoor record for the 200-meter dash for the NCAA Indoor Championships. She is the record holder from 2021, so it was not a fluke that she is such a great athlete. And our commissioners may remember that she was a 4-time high school champion that came to the county commissioners meetings 4 years in a row. So Abby Steiner is someone to keep watching, as hopefully her next goal is the Olympics. And then finally, I wanted to mention Abby Johnston from Upper Arlington, who was a 2-time Olympic diver, a silver medalist, who went to Duke University, who recently moved back to Columbus, and she's a emergency medical doctor. So very proud of these 3 women that I wanted to recognize from Franklin County. Also wanted to thank all of you for the collaborative efforts that we have had over the years to host some of the most successful women's sporting events in the country. Women's Final Four in 2018, the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships that we just hosted recently. And then we do have a few on the docket for this year. We're hosting the USA Artistic Swimming Championships, synchronized swimming, later this month here in Columbus. and also the NCAA Women's Bowling Championships that will be here next month as well. So Franklin County is was the first official host of any Ohio High School Athletic Association event. In 1973, Columbus hosted the Gymnastics Championships, which were the very first OSHA event in our state. So we are still proud to host 16 state championships. And again, so proud to be here to represent the girls and women of Franklin County.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you for sharing the impact that Title IX has had in athletics over the past 50 years and the changes you have observed and your, recent insights. And also, the acknowledgement, or want to acknowledge the settlement of the equal pay lawsuit for members of World Cup, the women's U.S. soccer team. So again, thank you so much, Linda, for joining us. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you for sharing the amazing women that we have right here in Franklin County. And I'll open it up to my colleagues before we move on, if they have some comments.
Yeah, I'd just like to add, thank you, President Crawley, and Ms. Logan, thank you so much for giving us some of that local history. I just want to point out Abby Steiner. I remember watching her run track in high school because she ran track at the same time that my son ran track in high school. And she is an absolute star. I'd be shocked if she wasn't in the Olympics. And I just went, as you were talking, I went and looked up her times and what she ran, and that is super fast. And so she is there's something to really be proud of. I'm really excited for her. Always knew, she's a legend in high school lures here in Ohio, but now she's doing it on a global stage. And it's just quite amazing. And it just goes to show that we don't do enough to recognize women who are breaking barriers and doing things that are unheard of. And so she is definitely going to be fun to watch over the next couple of years. Thanks for bringing her up.
Proud of her, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
So Linda, all of the young women that you've mentioned, they're all superstars in their own right. And so it's great that we're recognizing not only them, but Title IX this morning. And, Linda, as well as anybody knows, that I have two daughters that are athletes, and one who played college softball and one who hopes beyond anything to be able to play college softball here in a few years. And so this is just, it's done so much to open up a whole new world for women in athletics that my older sisters didn't have the opportunities that kids today have, young women today have. Linda didn't have the opportunities. We've had these conversations. Linda didn't have the opportunities when she was a young woman that young women have today, and now with NIL, they have even more opportunities. I was speaking with one of the Buckeye softball players a couple of weeks back, and they have the ability to make just some spending money by helping and participating in camps. Makes a big difference. A lot of things that are different today, all because of the groundbreaking things that have gone on since this law was passed, and it's just it's been a big groundbreaking thing that has happened, that has changed the lives of a lot of young women over the years, and it's evolved to be a much more beneficial thing over the course of the decades since it passed in the early 70s. So thank you for highlighting it this morning, Linda.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you again, Linda, and thank you for, again, highlighting the women who have paved the way for, girls like my daughter who plays volleyball and travels and hopes to play in college. So again, thank you, and you are more than welcome to stay for general session, but we know that you are busy, and so if you have to go, we understand, but we appreciate your time this morning. Again, have a happy International Women's Day. If I can get approval, oh, go ahead, sorry. Next, if I can get approval of the minutes of the March 1st, 2022 general session and the March 3rd, 2022 briefing.
I'll move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes,
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
thank you. First up, clerk of court.
Resolution number 16622. Resolution approving a purchase order for a subscription to the ServiceNow Incident and Asset Management Software under the Caresoft Technology Corporation contract in the amount of $10,793.88.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Berry, Assistant Director of Technology, on behalf of Clerk of Courts Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy. This resolution authorizes a purchase order for the payment of the annual subscription to Caresoft Technology Corporation for the ServiceNow Incident Management and Asset Management software. Since we are now procuring from the Caresoft contract, there are specific vendor requirements within the description of the purchase order, and these have now been added. Pending any questions, I request approval of this resolution.
I'm sorry. If there's no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 16622.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes,
Resolution number 16622 has been adopted.
thank you. Next, engineer. And we have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Resolution regarding establishing, altering, and widening of Rings Road, County Road number 33, from Cosgray Road, County Road number 39, to Churchman Road, Washington Township, City of Dublin, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Thank you. I would like to open the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing none, I would like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 16722, establishing, altering, and widening of Rings Road, County Road number 33, from Cosgray Road, County Road number 39, to Churchman Road, Washington Township, City of Dublin, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, Mr. Engineer.
My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer, and I want to say Happy International Women's Day to all women.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. This capital improvement project is in the northwest part of the county in Washington Township along Rings Road from Cosgray Road to Churchman Road. This is a cooperative project among Franklin County, Washington Township, City of Dublin, and CSX to improve Rings Road with full-depth pavement replacement, resurfacing, curb and gutters, pedestrian facilities, street lighting, street trees, and an upgraded railroad crossing. This resolution is the second in a series of two to declare the project necessary, states the project was viewed, and allows the engineer's office to begin designing the improvement. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Well, if there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 16722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes,
Resolution number 16722 has been adopted.
thank you. We have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Resolution regarding establishing, altering, and widening of Havens Corner Road, County Road number 16, at the intersections of Taylor Station Road, County Road number 208, and Man Road, Township Road number 107, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
I would like to open the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing none, I would like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 16822, establishing, altering, and widening of Havens Corners Road, County Road number 16, at the intersections of Taylor Station Road, County Road number 208, and Mann Road, Township Road number 107, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Commissioners, this capital improvement project is in the northeast part of the county in Jefferson Township along Havens Corners Road from Taylor Station Road to Mann Road. This is a cooperative project among Franklin County, Jefferson Township, City of Gahanna, a private developer, and the Franklin County Transportation Improvement District to improve a signalized T intersection and a stop-controlled T intersection with a roundabout. This resolution is the second in a series of two to declare the project necessary, states the project was viewed, and allows the engineer's office to begin designing the improvement. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 16822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 16822 has been adopted. Resolution number 16922. Resolution authorizing a contract with Channel Maintenance Systems to perform work necessary to halt stream bank erosion and to naturally align the stream channel at the Bryce Road Bridge over Black Lick Creek in the amount of $24,000.
The Bryce Road Bridge over Black Lick Creek is in the southeast part of the county in Madison Township. This resolution is a professional services contract with Channel Maintenance Systems to perform work necessary to halt stream bank erosion along Black Lick Creek and naturally realign the stream channel at the Bryce Road Bridge. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 16922.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 16922 has been adopted. Resolution number 17022. The Kleinger's Group Consulting Engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer in performing a feasibility study for the Walnut Street County Road number 19 and New Albany Condit Road, State Route 605 Improvement Project, Plain Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $44,679.
This capital improvement project is in the northeast part of the county in Plain Township at the offset intersections of Walnut Street and State Route 605. It is a cooperative project among Franklin County, Plain Township, City of New Albany, and ODOT. This resolution is for a feasibility study contract with the Kleinger's Group. Kleinger's is a local engineering firm, and we utilize the qualifications-based selection process. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 17022.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17022 has been adopted. Resolution number 17122. Report first of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Ferris Road, County Road number 172 at Walford Street Improvement Project, Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $6,208.
This capital improvement project is in the northeast part of the county, in the North Linden area of Columbus and Clinton Township, to replace a signalized intersection with a mini roundabout utilizing $800,000 of federal safety funds through the Ohio Department of Transportation. This resolution is the first report for right-of-way acquisition, includes 5 properties, and the appraisals were based on fair market value. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions or comments, I'll move approval of Resolution 17122.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17122 has been adopted. Resolution number 17222. Resolution approving street, storm, and water improvement plans for Morrison Farms East, Section 6, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
This subdivision is in the northeast part of the county in Jefferson Township, east of Wagner Road, south of Havens Corners Road, and is known as Morrison Farms East, Section 6. This plan for street, storm sewer, and water line infrastructure is ready for your approval and signature. If not already, I'll make sure the title sheet has been delivered to the clerk for you all to sign. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 17222.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17222 has been adopted. Resolution number 17322. Resolution authorizing the Franklin County Engineer to extend a contract with MP Dory Company for the 2021-2022 guardrail repair and upgrade program in the amount of $346,700.
This resolution is for a contract extension with MP Dory of the Engineers Guardrail Repair and Upgrade Program that is utilized all across Franklin County. The contract allows for a maximum of 2 one-year extensions with the agreement of both the contractor and the county engineer. This is the second renewal of the contract. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 17322.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17322 has been adopted. Resolution number 17422. Resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to State Highway Supply Incorporated for the Agler Road 1.52 over Alum Creek Bridge bearings in the amount of $150,000.
This bridge replacement project is in the northeast part of the county in Mifflin Township along Agler Road over Alum Creek. This is a cooperative project among Franklin County, City of Columbus, Mifflin Township, and Ohio Public Works Commission. In addition to the new bridge, the project includes a shared use path along the south side of the bridge and a connection to the Ohio Erie Trail along Alum Creek. This resolution is a fabrication contract with State Highway Supply. We held a competitive bid on February 8th, had only one bid, and we found it to be acceptable. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 17422.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17422 has been adopted. Resolution number 17522. Resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Strasser Paving Company Incorporated for the Commerce Street, Voss Road, Canal Road improvements in the amount of $382,165.
This capital improvement project is in the southeast part of the county in Hamilton Township and the village of Lockbourne, where Commerce Street goes under a Norfolk Southern Railroad Bridge and under a CSX Railroad Bridge between Lockbourne Road and Canal Road. This resolution is a construction contract award with Strasser Paving Company. We held a competitive bid on February 8th, had 4 bids, and Strasser had the lowest and best bid. This is a locally funded project, so the engineer's EBE program has been implemented. The EBE goal is 8%. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 17522.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17522 has been adopted. Resolution number 17622. Resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Strasser Paving Company Incorporated for the Lockbourne Road and London Groveport Road State Route 317 Roundabout Improvement Project in the amount of $1,761,180.59.
This capital improvement project is in the southeast part of the county in Hamilton Township at the intersection of Lockbourne Road and State Route 317. It is a cooperative project to build a roundabout utilizing up to $2 million of federal safety funding through the Ohio Department of Transportation and up to $90,000 of OPWC funding. This resolution is for a construction contract with Strasser Paving Company. We held a competitive bid on February 8th, had 7 bids, and Strasser had the lowest and best bid. This is a federally funded project, so ODOT's DBE program has been implemented with a DBE goal of 8%. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 17622.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17622 has been adopted.
Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
Thank you too.
You too. Thank you. Next, we have economic development and planning.
Resolution number 17722. Resolution authorizing an economic development grant agreement with Rev 1 Ventures for support of the Entrepreneurial Services Provider Program in the amount of $300,000.
Commissioners, James Schimmer, Director of Economic Development and Planning. I'm here this morning to present this resolution to you, which is a grant agreement with Rev 1 Ventures for support of a program known as the Entrepreneurial Services Provider Program. This is a program that we've been doing since 2007, and it allows Rev 1 Ventures to access the Ohio Third Frontier grant dollars on a one-to-one basis. So for every dollar that is received from Franklin County, Rev 1 Ventures is able to draw down $1 from the state. Funding of the Economic Development Agreement continues the efforts of the Franklin County Commissioners to assist in this area of technology development startups. Rev 1 provides coaching, mentoring services, as well as looking at markets, helping entrepreneurs sell their projects and attract investment, as well as creating jobs. As part of this economic development agreement, Rev 1 Ventures will provide the following services. They will provide services to 20 promising entrepreneur high-tech startup companies in Franklin County with the purpose of job creation. Services that are involved in this particular contract include product development, markets definition, concept idea exploration, and with real-world advice on a product's potential success, financial modeling, and assistance with commercial issues. What I will say, Commissioners, is through time, Franklin County, since the 2007 period, has invested about $3.6 million in this program annually. Over that 2007 period to today, $3.6 million has been invested. But I'm always amazed at the numbers. So the revenue that's been generated is about $887 million, 3,077 jobs created, and the most important statistic, I think, is every one of Franklin County's dollars in this program has leveraged $727 in other funding for this particular program. Most recent and best example of how this program has worked is with Stack Pharma, a deal that you guys have looked at last week and approved, and a pharmaceutical manufacturer that had it start at Rev 1. So I know on the phone today, I believe, is Tom Walker and Christy Campbell. Tom or Christy, do you have anything you might like to say?
Good morning. Good morning, commissioners and administrators. Thank you for that overview of our work. I do have a couple of comments. First, I just want to start with a thank you on behalf of the entire team and our more than 100 clients in the county. We appreciate and thank you for your continued support for this work. I think it's really important to remember that this advisory and funding entrepreneurs won't find elsewhere in the community, so it's really important. Last year, 28 new companies entered our studio, and we invested $7 million in 14 Franklin County companies. I do want to call out, because it's so important to us, that last year of those funded companies, more than half of them were led or founded by a woman or entrepreneur of color. And beyond the core of our work, your continued support allows Rev1 to build a more diverse pipeline of entrepreneurial talent for the future, something that I know you all care about. I would like to highlight really quickly just a few of our programs focused on that pipeline, because they are fairly new and they are programs that we're scaling up over time. The first one is our Innovation Internship Program. We launched that in early 2020, and that has just last year placed over 100 interns into 27 companies. So it has exceeded our expectations, and 64% of those interns have been women or people of color. I will also mention our new mentor program, which you may recall last year we announced that this program is supported by a 3-year grant from the EDA's Venture Challenge program. And one of the key focus of this is to bring together mentoring groups of women and entrepreneurs of color with experience to pair with our clients to help them to build scalable businesses and to commercialize their technology. And the last thing I'll mention is just the importance in our minds of continuing to diversify our team and our board to better support and represent the community that we serve. I know we have much more work to do, but I am proud to share that Rev1's small but nimble team is now more than half women and 17% people of color. So that's really important to us to be able to have the impact that we want to have with these programs. So thank you again, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Christy. It's good to see you again.
You too.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 17722.
So I can get off mute. Second, sorry.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 17722 has been adopted. Resolution number 17822. Resolution authorizing an economic development agreement with the Greater Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau to promote Franklin County as a tourism destination in the amount of $2,325,000.
Commissioners, this is an annual agreement that we have been doing with Visitors Bureau, well, Greater Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau, also known as Experience Columbus. We have seen a number of really positive data in terms of where we were last year as to where we are today. Collections, for example, as of December 31st, 2021, totaled about $33 million. They're up 57.5% over the last period in 2020. The year-to-date average on citywide occupancy is up 29.3%, which is a good sign, meaning that we're headed in the right direction. Hopefully can shake off the effects of the pandemic and keep moving forward. We have been very pleased to see that the Experience Columbus folks have put their heads down and have been working through a very difficult time. This contract allows for them to provide the experience and expertise in marketing sales, which promotes Franklin County as a tourist destination and thereby attracts visitors. As part of the Economic Development Agreement, Experience Columbus will provide the following services: aggressive integrated convention sales and marketing plan, an aggressive and integrated leisure tourism sales and marketing program grouped at tour planners and operators, comprehensive sports commission guest service program to include street banners, volunteer apparel, training, promotions, and marketing for at least 25 major sports events in 2022. Additionally, regional and national sports destination marketing. And then finally, regional and national destination marketing using the website as a primary call to action. Prior to COVID-19 pandemic, Experience Columbus efforts generated over $7.9 billion annually in generated spending. That supports approximately 78,500 jobs. And there is no doubt the fact that the work that Experience Columbus does is an economic development initiative for all of Franklin County and actually the region. I would ask for your approval this morning of this resolution. I believe on the call this morning is Brian Ross. Brian, do you have any comments?
If I could just make a quick comment, and I know Linda's on here too, and obviously did a phenomenal job at the opening. So, but I would just like to thank Commissioner President Crowley, Commissioners Boyce and O'Grady, Administrator Wilson, as well as Director Schimmer and Franklin County for partnering with Experience Columbus and the Greater Columbus Sports Commission to grow the travel economy and impact our three key pillars. That is human and economic development, brand image, and quality of life for Franklin County residents. We have a very challenging path ahead as we work to build back the pre-pandemic travel impact on Franklin County. However, our community is resilient and very collaborative minded, and that's what we need to succeed. Your investment will help us with sales, marketing, promotional, and experiential efforts, as well as impacting equality in the travel economy through our DE&I commitment to intentionally drive results. It was great having the Arnold Sports Festival back and the vibrancy it brought to Franklin County over the weekend. We are also looking forward to showcasing Franklin County and Columbus globally by hosting PCMA and the U.S. Conference of Mayors in 2023. Thank you.
Okay.
Linda, do you have anything, Linda, to share?
And just to thank you all for the work that you do with us, because it makes a big difference. So thank you.
Linda, Brian, thanks for everything you guys are doing for Franklin County. If there's no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 178-22.
Hey, I'm going to be voting no on this because Brian took my staff person. And so I'm still bitter over that he stole Jessica from me. So I'm absolutely against this. Just kidding. A second.
I'm out.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Resolution number 178-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 179-22. Resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Ebony F. Duncan at 3222 Fontaine Road, Columbus, Ohio 43232.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Julissa Tirushalvam. I'm Administrative Assistant for EDP, and I have two discharge of mortgage that I would like to present. The first one is Ebony F. Duncan, received on January 31st, 2014 from Franklin County, a home loan for $5,430,000 on real estate, commonly known as 3222 Fountain Road, Columbus, Ohio. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current, and I respectfully request that Commissioners approve the discharge of mortgage on this property.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 179-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Resolution number 179-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 180-22. Resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Yambo S. Conte at 2099 Eddystone Avenue, Township of Clinton, Ohio 43224.
Yambo Conte received on September 17, 2010 from Franklin County a home loan for $1,950 on real estate, commonly known as 2099 Eddystone Avenue, Township of Clinton, Ohio. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current. And I respectfully request that commissioners approve the discharge of mortgage on this property. Thank you.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 18022.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 18022 has been adopted.
Excuse me, Clerk, if I could, I'd like to make a motion for a recess just for a brief period of time, if I could.
Okay?
Thank you. second, Brittany. Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you, everybody. Sorry for the delay. If we could, I will move to come out of recess.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Thank you. We are out of recess. Madam President, are we ready to move forward with the next resolution?
Yes, if we can go into resolution 18122.
Thank you. Resolution number 18122. Review of petition to annex 98.58 acres more or less from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City, case number ANX-05-22.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Chief Operating Officer at Franklin County Economic Development and Planning. This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 98.58 acres from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City. The area to be annexed includes property located at 5316 Harrisburg Pike, which is east of Harrisburg Pike, south of Orders Road, west of Interstate 71, and north of London Groveport Road. Petition was filed by agent and attorney Donald Plank of Plank Law Firm, and Craig Moncrief, attorney at law of Plank Law Firm, is in attendance and on the call should you have any questions on behalf of the owner, Richard Barbie Jr. 13.8% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the city of Grove City, and the city passed resolution number CR-02-22 on February 7th, 2022, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses and the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution. I should also mention that Kyle Roush and Mayor Ike Stage of Grove City are in attendance in person if you have any additional questions.
I believe Commissioner, I know Mayor Stage, I think you wanted to say a few words?
If I could, Commissioner.
Please.
Honorable Commissioners and staff, thank you very much. Mayor Ike Stage of City Grove City, Development Director Kyle Roush. Just a little background, this resolution is also related to 182, 183, and 184. My comments are directed towards all of those. The thing that we have put forth before the Commissioners is an effort from the City of Grove City to be able to leverage plans that we had developed called the Grove City 2050, part of the Morpsey 2050 Insight, and it includes the ability to have viable development for economic reasons in the area north of State Route 665. 102 acres of this, these particular four is actually located east of Hoover Road, or I'm sorry, I-71, and west of Hoover Road, but the rest of it is contiguous with and part of the greater area southwest of in the Franklin County area. So we had a prior annexation before you. It was 293 acres, which was partially in Pleasant Township. I understand that was approved, but this is all part of a plan that we had been developing over the years, and we ask that the county commissioners endorse all four of these resolutions. Any questions?
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes, I don't have any questions. I just have some comments. I think I made some of them last week when the other annexations came across the board and then during briefing. And I know that there's been some conversations about SWACO and the property that they own, I think 300 plus acres that they own across from the landfill and wanting to develop that. And, you know, there's been some conversations gone back and forth over a period of time. And right now that their plans to move forward has not materialized. And so the county has a commitment to sustainability, and that part of what SWACO is trying to do fits in line with our sustainability plan. So I would hope that as you all move forward, that there can be some agreement and conversation so that as the city of Grove City looks to move forward and develop, that SWACO can as well. It would be a benefit to the city of Grove City as well as surrounding areas. So I look forward to those conversations to happen in good faith. So thank you, Mayor, and to your development director for being here today.
If I may, Madam
Please.
Chair. Yeah, the relationship with SWACO has been ongoing for 40 years. And matter of fact, the 300-some acres they're developing or have north of 655 were acres that we actually put in services to. City of Grove City invested heavily into making that available to industrial commercial development. So we've been very aware, and we have been working with SWACO. What the issue is it's a rezoning, and we have a protocol on rezoning. They actually had produced a preliminary development plan. They went back and did some fine tuning. So we have been in discussion, and we will continue the discussions. But we understand what SWACO is all about and sustainability. We have probably one of the earliest programs in recycling in the county. So we understand it and appreciate where they're coming from, and just want to do our best in protecting the southwest quadrant. It is the main gateway from the south into all of Franklin County, and that's our goal as well. Thank you.
Okay. Well, if there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 181-22.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 181-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 182-22. Review of petition to annex 5.55 acres more or less from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City, case number ANX-06-22.
Again, this resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 5.55 acres from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City. The area to be annexed includes property located at 5873 Hahn Road. That's west of Hahn Road and Interstate 71, south of Orders Road, east of Harrisburg Pike, and north of London Groveport Road. The petition was filed by agent and attorney Donald Plank of Plank Law Firm. And again, Craig Moncrief, attorney at law of Plank Law Firm, is in attendance should you have any questions, on behalf of the owner, Built Right Properties, LLC. 61% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the city of Grove City, and the city passed resolution number CR-003-22 on February 7th, 2022, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses and the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 182-22.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 182-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 183-22. Review of petition to annex 63.02 acres, more or less, from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City, case number ANX-07-22.
This resolution is to consider, again, another expedited type 2 annexation petition of 63.02 acres from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City. The area to be annexed includes property located at 5460 Hahn Road, an additional parcel at Hahn Road. Those are east of Hahn Road, south of Orders Road, and west and north of Interstate 71. Petition was filed by agent and attorney Donald Plank of Plank Law Firm. Craig Moncrief is in attendance from Plank Law Firm on behalf of the owners WM1 Corporation and Hahn Road Properties LLC. 19.4% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with Grove City, and the city passed resolution number CR-01-22 on February 7th, 2022, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved and a statement regarding incompatible land uses and the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 18322.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 18322 has been adopted. Resolution number 18422. Review of petition to annex 102.86 acres, more or less, from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City, case number ANX-08-22.
This resolution is to consider an expedited type 2 annexation petition of 102.86 acres from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City. The area to be annexed includes property located at Hoover Road, and there's two parcels. Those are both west of Hoover Road, south of London Groveport Road, east of Seeds Road, and north of Zuber Road. The petition was filed by agent and attorney Donald Plank of Plank Law Firm, and Craig Moncrief again is in attendance if you have any questions, on behalf of owners Roberta Bausch, Alan Bausch, and William Wilkins. 36.1% of the site's perimeter is contiguous to the City of Grove City, and the city passed resolution number CR-04-22 on February 7th, 2022, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses and the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 18422.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 18422 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next up, we have Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 18522. Resolution approving a COVID-19 recovery grant with Perscalis Incorporated for the Tech Women of Color Workforce Training Initiative in the amount of $4,546,735.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Director of Job and Family Services and Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. The COVID-19 pandemic has reshaped the employment landscape, and like so much else, the impacts have been felt unevenly. Since February of 2020, our economy has experienced a net loss of nearly 2.9 million jobs. Women account for over 63% of those losses. Even as the job market has rebounded over the last year, women, and especially women of color, are not experiencing gains that men are, and even in sectors like leisure. January, the unemployment rate for women was 3.6%. For Latinx women, it was 4.9%. And for Black women, it was nearly 5.8%. And for men, it was 3.2%. The Tech Women of Color Initiative is one way we in Franklin County are trying to correct the course. We know the disparities in the tech field predate the pandemic. The National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine found that Black women make up 3% of the tech workforce. Latinx women, only 1%. The demand for skilled technology professionals is one on the rise in Central Ohio with a recent Intel announcement. This initiative will allow women to reskill for a new career that provides higher wages and establishes pathways to self-sufficiency. The 15-week program will offer technical skills training, effective mentorship and financial coaching, and paid internships and more. They will graduate the program with an industry-recognized IT credential, and receive employment placement and retention services. But it will go beyond training and employment placement as well, offering wage subsidies for graduates who find themselves moving off of wages due to the benefits cliff. The $4.5 million COVID-19 recovery grant will support training and ongoing supportive services for approximately 200 low-income women of color. It aligns with our Rise Together Poverty Blueprint Plan, supporting goal number 3, increasing access to relevant training for credentials that meet local demand with employer commitments to hire and promote. And goal number 4, improving and increasing the delivery of support services for individual access to employment. Today we have a pair of guests with us, Mr. Noah Mitchell, Managing Director, and I need to publicly acknowledge and thank Ms. Toni Cunningham, who is the Tech Women of Color Project Consultant, who on a Sunday morning answered my call at 5:30 a.m. and I said, hey, Toni, I have an idea. And here we are today. I would like to also thank Commissioner Boyce, who for the last year have encouraged us to look at initiatives that address the benefits cliff, as well as county administration and the commissioners. This initiative is very historic for this community, especially as we know that women, predominantly women of color, lead single households. This is a 2-year commitment, as stated. It's an over $4.5 million investment. But we believe as women move up the economic mobility ladder, providing those transitional benefits as a support will not only help the woman, but it will also save the household. So with that being said, and this could possibly, Commissioner Grady, be my last resolution as a JFS director, and I will fully be the Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services, which I know our county administrator is excited about that.
I heard about that. Is that why everybody's here taking pictures?
I want to thank, no, I think because it's $4.5 million and it's historic. So thank you everyone for attending.
I didn't know if Noah or Toni wanted to speak to this resolution, or, I'll open up to Commissioner Boyce as well, since he has continued to push on this issue in the benefits cliff.
Well, Noah's already at the microphone. He jumped right out of his chair.
I'm a former Baptist preacher, so I don't ever turn down the opportunity to get in front of a mic. Good morning. It's such a privilege and an honor to be here this morning, and on International Women's Day, for us to be launching this initiative is just symbolically great. And so I'm really excited. Again, my name is Noah Mitchell, and I'm the Managing Director for Perscolis Columbus. For those of you who don't fully know what we do at Perscolis, we are an IT workforce development organization that is deeply committed to advancing economic equity through rigorous IT training and connecting skilled talent to leading businesses. We strongly believe that a thriving workforce starts with equitable access to education. As an organization that stands on equity and opportunity, one thing we know for sure, there is still a lot of work to be done. When it comes to women and women of color in tech specifically, we must be extremely intentional about removing institutional obstacles by providing top-notch training specifically aimed for women of color. 75% of IT professionals identify as white men, only 25 as men, 25 as women. This gap becomes even greater when we factor in race. As has already been stated, 61% of IT professionals identify as white, while only 9% identify as Black. We can change that. We must change that. And with the help of the work that we're doing with Franklin County we will change that. Our history at Perscolis, and specifically here in Columbus, is one of success. Our most recent data shows that in 2019, 82% of our graduates were working and earning a thriving wage within 1 year of graduating from our course. Even with the pandemic, this data holds up. For in 2021, that number was right at 82%. But here's the thing, numbers are great, but let me tell you a story about Dasmine. Dasmine is a woman of color who graduated from our program in 2019, and she immediately got a position at Pearson in their scoring center. After working this job for a while, a lot of hard work and some perseverance, Dasmine accepted a software development position for JP Morgan Chase. This position provided her with an hourly wage increase of 470% compared to her work prior to our training at Perscolis. Now, this story may be impressive, but I anticipate that over the next 2 years, that there will be a lot of stories like Dasmine that we will be able to tell. And I'm excited about the work that we are getting to embark upon. I'll close with this quote from First Lady Michelle Obama. She says, "You may not be able to solve all of the world's problems at once, but don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own." We can change things. We must change things. We will change things. Thank you so much.
Is Commissioner Boyce still on?
Is Tony there? I can't see her. I just see Director Bivens. Oh, there
Well,
she
here
is.
she is. I think she was being shy.
I'm emotional. That's what's happening. And I'm a crybaby, so I hope I don't cry. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the confidence that you have in us, for the support. Joy knows I worked really hard for about 5 years to build Perscolis. And this is a testament to that. I'm excited for the women in this community. I'm just excited, and I'm overjoyed, and I'm happy. And I just want to say thank you for your trust and your faith. We will not fail. County Administrator, we got you. And we're going to make it happen, and we're going to have many success stories to share. And more than that, I think the community will rally around this effort, and we have employers that are waiting to join the employer roundtable to figure this thing out and to make sure that we remove the barriers that have been presented when people do work really hard to build the skills and become those stars, which is people skilled through alternative routes. And to make themselves ready, they remove the barriers to hire and make sure that these individuals land safely and in a place where they can thrive and they can grow. So I'm just excited to partner with you all and look forward to coming back and sharing with you many, many success stories like Dasmine. Thank you.
As long as I can still call you at 5 o'clock in the morning with my ideas, Tony. Okay.
Don't call me at 5 o'clock.
Is Commissioner Boyce, want to get some?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Madam President. And I want to thank Tony and certainly Pastor for joining us today. And to Deputy Administrator Bivens, thank you so much for your follow through. A lot of this was born from the conversation that we had about looking at economic mobility, and specifically for single women of color who try to move up the economic rung with the job and then are pushed back by the loss of their benefits because they make $16 an hour or $17 an hour. And we know that's still not enough when you're a single mom with 3 kids just trying to make it. Yeah. Sorry. So I wanted to recognize I'm slightly emotional because I'm here with my mom here, but she had a doctor's appointment today, so I had to take her to the doctor. So, but a little emotional about it for that.
We got tissues here for you too.
But I want to thank Deputy Administrator Bivens specifically, because these aren't easy models to put together. You know, I spent the last year working with NACO, last 2 years working with NACO, traveling across the country, looking at economic mobility models, and seeing so many families that just can't make it. And what was the real trigger was right here in Franklin County, where there's a young lady who works for Franklin County, who I helped get the job at Franklin County, who I know she's a single mom, she got 2 children, she's struggling to make it. She gets the job at the county, and then she gets a letter from us, from Franklin County, saying that her food stamps have been reduced to $3 a month. $3 a month, because she makes $15 an hour, and it's not enough. And so as we started to have this conversation about economic mobility, at the time, Director Bivens and I sat down and said, we got to do better. We got to do more. We got to do better. And we need to provide an opportunity, a chance for these women to be able to make it out of the bottom rungs of the economic status of society, not because of any circumstances of their own, but because they just need a chance. And we want to put them in these positions. And when you remember, Director, when you first came to me, we said, we're going to create this subsidy for them so that when they are in this program, they can still have the funds to be able to complete the program. And what did I say, Director Bivens? It's not enough. That we've got to make it so that these women can really be serious about finishing the program and then moving into a position that puts them in a position of strength in life. And I always say, I was talking about Mom, and I say, I can remember when she got a job at the post office and how it changed our lives, you know? And so the best social service is a good paying job. And so if we can provide a way for these women to have a chance, then we can change the narrative for a lot of families. And to me, that's what this action is about. This is one step of many that we can do and should do to move the needle for these families. So I apologize for being emotional. It's happening, my mom here with me. So, thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Boyce, and you don't ever have to apologize for being emotional. I will let Commissioner O'Grady say some words if he has some remarks, and then I'll go last.
Well, there's not a lot to add after that, other than to say that I do have it on good authority that the city of Columbus has some vacancies in their IT department and would be more than happy to be helpful. So it's a great morning.
I would just add, I'm going to get emotional, just follow up on what Commissioner Boyce said and how wonderful I think this program is and giving women a chance. And he said that a couple of times, and being able to move up the economic mobility ladder. You know, I come to this position and from my own experience, right? I always bring my experience. I bring the voices of the people to the Board of Franklin County because I am the people and they are me. And so when I think about being 23, out of the military, I went to the military and I was in IT, moved up to second class. I went to ITA school for 16 weeks, an information systems technician. When I got out the military, I could not find a job. And I had a credential from the military in IT. So I was a woman with twin girls with just a high school diploma who had just got out the military and couldn't find a job in the tech space or any space for that matter, and had to get on assistance in Cuyahoga County up in Cleveland. had cash assistance as well as SNAP benefits. I wasn't given a chance. I didn't get a chance until about 7 months later, where a job reached out to me because they saw me in the paper speaking about the benefits that I was receiving from Cuyahoga County. And I am one of those people who just needed a chance. And there are so many women who need a chance to get training, to upskill or be reskilled. And this isn't a handout, and I know I'll get criticism, as we always do. This is helping people who already, are willing and ready to work, and they just need an opportunity. They just need a chance, and they need to be given the opportunity to take. I'm sorry, I have a dog right here who's going crazy. But to take those skills that they learn and apply them with a job that's not just a job, but will put them on a career path so they can move up the economic mobility ladder, and not, always have to, get into situations like we see with people who work at Franklin County but still receive some type of benefit. So I appreciate and I applaud every single person who had a hand in this effort and bringing this resolution forward. I look forward to hearing the success stories of the women who graduate, who go on and work for the companies right here in Franklin County in this growing tech community. So congratulations to Tony as you see this come to fruition. Congratulations, Director Mitchell, as well as Deputy County Administrator Bivens. I look forward to supporting this resolution.
Well, if there are no other comments or questions, I will gladly move approval of Resolution 185-22.
Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
If I may, County Administrator Kenneth Wilson. I wasn't going to speak, but I felt like this was too much of a big deal to be silent. I know that so many people put in so much work to make this possible. It took the drive of this board, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, President Crowley. It took the drive to push the team across the finish line. They say everything happens in time. Anybody that knows me really, really well, sometimes my patience is short on these type of things, and I'm always setting a date to say, let's get this done. But with this, it appears that the timing was right. We're here today recognizing International Women's Day. We've recognized Black History Month in February. Friday will mark the first anniversary of President Biden signing the American Rescue Plan and it being approved by Congress and our leadership out of Washington, our delegation delivering for the residents of Franklin County. This board backs up its work with action. It's just not about passing declarations. You all should be commended for doing something. People won't be able to criticize this Board of Commissioners for not being able to capitalize on the opportunity afforded by the American Rescue Plan for the residents. This initiative will advance racial equity in a very material way. When we talk about 200 women having an opportunity to have a job in technology, that sets a standard for their children to aspire, to say, okay, Mom, you work at Google. I think I want to be a software engineer. Mm-hmm. It inspires their neighbor. It inspires their cousins. It is immeasurable. Deputy Administrator Bivens, and I know this has been an important initiative to you, our team within the Department of Development Support Services, frontline folks like Vivian Turner, put in work Ms. Cunningham, I know you won't let me down because you scared me when you went and you had this great opportunity to do something different. And after I wished you well, I immediately said, you can't forget about the Tech Women of Color Alliance now. We can't drop the ball on that. That's got to happen. So I'm gonna hold you at your word that failure is not an option. We are going to succeed. In the team at Pascalis, I know you guys have a track record of providing opportunity. And this is just another first for Franklin County that we all should be proud of. Another first. It's not the last first, but it's another first, this pilot project. And I'm sure as a community, we will be successful. And it's living proof that we don't just say every resident every day. We wake up trying to figure out how to do that better. So thank you, President Crowley and commissioners, for allowing me to say a few words on this resolution.
And yes, thank you to Vivian Turner and her team, as well as Bart and the JFS team. And I just appreciate over the last several months of trying to get this done. So thank you.
I think I was at the second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 185-22 has been adopted.
Thank you. Next, Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 186-22. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to approve no-cost extensions of 7 subawards issued to the City of Columbus and Franklin County agencies through the fiscal year 2020 Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funds as authorized by the Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Good morning. Rochelle Pride, Director for the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. On May 26, 2020, via Resolution 357-20, the Board of Commissioners accepted FY 2020 Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding awarded by the Bureau of Justice Assistance on behalf of the cities of Columbus and Whitehall and Franklin County. Per MOU with the cities in Franklin County BOC, the Office of Justice Policy and Programs was designated as the administrator of the CESF grant. The CESF grant was authorized by the Department of Justice to assist states and local units of government in preventing, preparing for, and responding to the coronavirus. The original term of the CESF grant was to expire on January 31st, 2022. However, a one-year, no-cost extension through January 31st, 2023 was authorized by BJA. Due to supply chain issues, employee leave, and delays in procurement throughout the pandemic, the following city and county CESF subrecipients are requesting an extension of their grant periods through December 31st, 2022 to support completion of deliverables, including procurement of PPE, upgrades to technology, forms, translation, and purchase of video equipment. The agencies are as follows: Columbus Department of Public Safety, Franklin County Municipal Court Clerk's Office, Franklin County Municipal Court Admin, Franklin County Municipal Court Pretrial and Probation, Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Franklin County Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court, and Franklin County Court of Common Pleas. Pending any questions, I seek approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 186-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 186-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 187-22. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to approve a no-cost extension of the grant agreement with the Columbus Division of Police through the fiscal year 2019 Justice Assistance Grant as authorized by the Bureau of Justice Assistance.
On April 14, 2020, via Resolution 258-20, the Board of Commissioners approved a subrecipient award in the amount of $162,860 to the Columbus Division of Police to support upgrades for their helicopter tactical fleet. The original award period was scheduled to terminate December 31st, 2021. However, supply chain issues, procurement delays, and service contract issues, largely a result of the pandemic, have delayed completion of the grant project. CPD has requested a 4-month extension of their grant program through April 30th, 2022 to complete the intended deliverables. The proposed revised timeline falls within the FY 2019 JAG block performance period, which expires, September 30th of 2022. Pending any questions, we would seek approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 18722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 18722 has been adopted. Resolution number 18822. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to approve 4 subgrant award modifications issued to victim services and law enforcement agencies through the fiscal year 2020 Services Training Officers, Prosecutors, and Violence Against Women Act Block Grant Program.
On March 23, 2021, the Board of Commissioners passed Resolution 0216-21, authorizing the receipt of the Franklin County FY 2020 Services Training Officers Prosecutors, known as STOP, Violence Against Women Block Grant Award from the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services in the amount of $208.75. Additionally, on March 23, 2021, the Board of Commissioners passed Resolution 0217-21, authorizing 13 sub-grant awards and contracts for services under FY 2020 Services Training Officers Prosecutors, Violence Against Women Act Block Grant Program for the purpose of enhancing prosecution, law enforcement, and victim services targeted to female victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and dating violence. The original term of the VAWA grant was to expire December 31st, 2021. However, a 3-month no-cost extension through March 31st, 2022 has been authorized by OCJS. Due to employee leave and delays in procurement throughout the pandemic, the following victim services and law enforcement subrecipients have requested an extension of their grant period through March 31st, 2022 to allow for the successful completion of their intended deliverables. The agency are as follows: Advocating Opportunity, Ohio Health Siren Co., and our Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Additionally, due to the availability of unobligated funds as a result of other subrecipients underspending during the original grant period, the Office of Justice Policy and Programs desires to modify the following sub-grant award amounts to allow for the continuation and expansion of sub-grant efforts, including domestic violence and human trafficking, client advocacy, sexual assault, client advocacy, and domestic violence warrants enforcement. For Advocating Opportunities, in the amount of $45,807.97, revised to $54,556.29. Ohio Health Siren Co., originally $60,000, revised to $78,343. And Franklin County Sheriff's Office, $72,278.89, now revised to $72,279.41. All requested modifications were submitted to and approved by the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services on February 17th, 2022. Pending any questions, we would seek approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 18822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 18822 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You do the same. Next, we have sanitary engineer.
Resolution number 18922. Resolution authorizing a contract between the Board of Commissioners of Franklin County, Ohio, and Ruffatellis Financial Consultants Incorporated for professional consulting services in the amount of $50,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Stephen Renner with the Department of Sanitary Engineering. Via Resolution 87-17, the Board of Commissioners hired Ruffatellis Financial Consultants to provide a utility evaluation as well as an evaluation of governmental and non-governmental partnership opportunities to meet our operational and capital needs. in support of our ongoing discussions with the City of Columbus and Columbus Public Utilities regarding a possible partnership for asset and customer service management, we require the services of Raftellus Financial Consultants, again, to review and update their utility valuation, as well as possible professional consultation services as needed. Barring any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Sorry, if there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of 189-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 189-22 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Next, we have purchasing.
Resolution number 190-22. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $11,894,907.05.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing, and joining me this morning is Marlise Ryan, Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 92 purchase orders for which the County Auditor has pre-certified available funding. Marlise, I will turn it over to you. Good morning.
Good morning and thank you. This week we have for your approval 8 purchase orders presented to award to 2 small and emerging businesses, 5 women business enterprises, 1 LEDE, totaling $244,037.19. This week, the following agencies have increased supplier diversity: Justice Policies and Programs, Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court, the Sheriff's Office, Engineers, and General Services Fleet Division.
Thank you, Marlise. Pending any questions, Commissioners, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 190-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 190-22 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Next, we have Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 191-22. Resolution authorizing community partnership grant agreements with Us Together and Community Refugee and Immigration Services in the amount of $100,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Curtis Brown, Community Partnerships Coordinator. This morning's resolution is regarding 2 Franklin County nonprofit organizations who do great work in helping refugees and immigrants when they arrive in Franklin County. Those 2 organizations are Community Refugee and Immigration Services, also known as CRIS, and Us Together. This resolution provides $50,000 for each organization to assist new refugees with integrating quickly into our community. This resolution will help to strengthen and expand their operational capacity, including programmatic and financial systems. Joining us this morning to discuss how this funding will benefit their organizations are Angie Plummer, Executive Director of CRIS, and Nadia Kasman, Director and Co-founder of Us Together. Angie and Nadia, I'll turn it over to you.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Nadia Kasman, co-founder and director of Us Together. Thank you. As all of us saw the images on our screen on events in Ukraine, I was absolutely shocked. I never thought I would see that level of pain and suffering in a country I came as a refugee from 28 years ago. But then I remembered how my Syrian friend was shocked when the war broke in her country and told me she could never believe it would happen to her. Last year, people in Burma could not believe that they would have a military coup while they were building democracy in their own country. And millions of people in Ethiopia and Yemen could not believe their lives would be shattered forever. With so many conflicts around the world, we have more than 82 million people displaced and 28 million people registered as refugees with United Nations High Commission on Refugees. In only the last 12 days, 2 more million people crossed borders from Ukraine, and more millions are internally displaced there. Us Together serves refugees from all over the world. And just recently, we also resettled evacuees from Afghanistan. Just in February, just last month, we welcomed 14 refugees from Ukraine. The last family arrived in February 22nd, just 2 days before the conflict started there. In the light of the Ukraine crisis, we need to be ready to welcome even more refugees if they need be. To successfully deliver these services, we need to strengthen our operational capacity and programming. And I want to thank the Board of Commissioners for this funding. It will help us do just that. I also want to mention that as we talk to hundreds of people from our Ukrainian community here in Central Ohio, just in the last week, people who are worrying about their loved ones and desperate for information, we set up a separate mailbox, ukrainehelp@ustogether.us. I really, really want to thank everybody for support. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners, President Crawley, Commissioner O'Grady, and Commissioner Boyce and his mother. It's an honor to be with you this morning before a commission that has always shown welcome and invested in all in our community. It was really a privilege actually to be on the latter part of this agenda to hear what work is being done in the community. I second everything Nadia has said and appreciate her partnership always. And as she noted, we are just in the midst of working with the many Afghan evacuees and to have another crisis on our doorstep, and so appreciate this commission, as it has always done, being encouraging with words, but following that with the ability for us to help maintain our infrastructure. As you're well aware, the Trump years were very difficult for resettlement agencies, followed by COVID, followed by a sudden need to assist Afghan evacuees, followed by this new word just this morning that there are 2 million refugees who've left Ukraine. We have a family that was supposed to arrive today, spent much of last week trying to help coordinate so that they could communicate with their family who walked across the border in Poland. And as Nadia indicated, we're being flooded with questions, people wanting to help, but trying to find out about loved ones or what the process may be. And it's an evolving situation. Your support makes it possible for us to adapt and respond as needed if and when we need to help Ukrainians apply for temporary protected status through our legal services programs, assist Afghans who are learning English, who have programmatic support right now, but which ends. And so this will help us maintain our infrastructure so that we, through the county's support, can help to pave a way for thriving for everyone who's in our community. So thank you, Commissioners, for this ongoing support.
I don't know if my colleagues have anything. Well, we're glad to be able to help. Over the weekend, I was in Cuyahoga County. I was in Parma for a funeral, and the show of support for the Ukrainian community in Parma. There's a large Ukrainian community in the city of Parma. It's one of the largest, I think it's the largest in the state of Ohio. And there was blue and gold everywhere. There were flags everywhere. And so it was good to see the amount of support up there. But we're just happy to be able to to support the work that you guys are doing, and so I think my colleague Commissioner Boyce would like to say something as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to recognize and thank Angie and Nadia, not just for the work you're doing to assist Ukrainian refugees right now, but work that you do every day on behalf of new Americans and folks seeking a better life, a different way and opportunity. You are truly on the front line, and this is yet the beginning of this process. And so we hope that you will continue to knock on our doors to see how the county can put resources there to support transitional resources needed and an ongoing strategy. And the last thing I'll say is this really underscores our need to create the New American Advisory Council, and we did, and that's to be ready as a community to step up to the challenge and to do it together. And I think that's what makes Central Ohio such a great place to live, work, and raise a family, is the diversity that undergirds, who we are and what we want to be. And so thank you so much for your leadership and contribution in making it work for those families.
I would just echo what Commissioner Boyce and O'Grady already said as far as, us being a welcoming, inclusive community. Franklin County is that, and we continue to be. But we couldn't do that without partners like us together and Chris. So thank you, Angie and Nadia, for the work that you continue to do every day to make sure that people are transitioning here, that they have the services and the support system that they need. And I know that this is hard work. And, seeing the events that are taking place over in Ukraine right now does hit, close to home for you, Nadia. And so I definitely understand that, and thank you for your commitment throughout these trying times. And so, and thank you for, the work that you were doing most recently with the Afghan refugees. So we really appreciate you. We look forward to continuing to work with you and being a resource to us together in the CRIS, and then making sure that our new residents of Franklin County feel warm, invited, and inclusive. Thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 191-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 191-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 192-22. Resolution authorizing county administrator to request permits and other authorization as needed to ensure use of mobile county outreach measures.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. At your direction, and as you know, the county continues to utilize various vehicles for different outreach and other community events in the community for servicing and programming. And there are times when those use of those vehicles require a request for permits or other authorization. This resolution will allow the county administrator to execute and request such permits or other authorization to allow the continued use of those mobile outreach measures. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 192-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 192-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 193-22. Resolution authorizing a human resources consultation agreement in the amount of $37,600.
Commissioners, as you know, the county has a vast responsibility for a number of human resource areas and needs. Robert Young has demonstrated the expertise to provide consulting services in the areas including but not limited to contract negotiations, contract provisions, arbitration and mediation, human resources best practices, conflict resolution and compensation study and review. This is an award that would not exceed $37,600. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval. And again, this is just a short-term agreement during the transition that we have with our Human Resources Agency.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 193-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 19322 has been adopted. Resolution number 19422. Resolution appointing Linda Logan to the Franklin County Parks and Recreation Board of Trustees.
Commissioners, this resolution would appoint Linda Logan to the open seat on the Franklin County Parks and Recreation Board, otherwise known as the Clippers Board, and pending any questions, would recommend your approval of this resolution.
Finally, if there are no other comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 19422.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 19422 has been adopted.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any journalizations for today?
Yes, we have two today, thank you. Case number ANX-11-22, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-11-22, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on February 25th, 2022. The petition is requesting to annex 6.024 acres from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on March 29th, 2022. Site 1189 White Road, PID number 160-002616. And finally, case number ANX-12-22, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-12-22, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on February 25th, 2022. The petition is requesting to annex 96.694 acres from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on March 29th, 2022. The sites are 2134 London Groveport Road, PID number 160-000147, London Groveport Road, PID number 160-001708, and 2088 London Groveport Road, PID number 160-002869.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Is there any members of the media on today that has any questions? All right, hearing none, if there are no additional business to come before the board this morning, our meeting today is concluded. Thank you, everyone. Happy Women's International Day.